All right.
As ready as we'll ever be.
All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. This is Mr. Know It All. I have Crypto Soldier and Dale from the Swing Trade Pros team here with us today. We want to just cover our 3 commas bot that we've been setting up for folks and the STP trading signals that we've been using to get these results. Now, what have you guys have to say about that? Crypto Soldier.
Oh, okay. No problem. Sorry, I was sharing the stream around and stuff. So let me get over here. So I have started my personal journey with the 3 commas STP signal scalping bot about 6 days ago. And as a result, I can share my screen here in a second. Let me get the proper screen up here. And in 6 days, let's see here, screen share.
Yeah, let me know.
In 6 days.
Go ahead.
What's up? You good?
Yeah. Just go ahead when you do that. I'm just
Okay.
going to maximize the Hangouts call. That way people can see your screen.
Oh, no problem. Share. So basically, let me go to my stats page real quick. Let's see where my bots is at. And on my stats page, let's see here, bring that down. And you can see that I started my journey here on the 14th. Today is the 20th, so basically 6 days, and this is my bot action. I've only had one bad day, and that bad day was the 17th. I only netted $11 or 0.001 BTC. But that just goes to show it's a volatility bot. So the more volatile the bot is, the better it does, basically, with minimal risk. And I'll show what I'm talking about. And then a lot of people might be wondering how much I'm trading. I'm using a NordVPN, and my funds are loaded on BitMex. And if you are in a restricted area, such as a U.S. citizen or anything like that, it is strongly suggested, recommended that you get a VPN, or you will not be able to trade there. From what I've heard in the Discord group, they are going to be getting Bybit integrated. That probably hasn't happened yet. Let me go to page 2. And I'm trading with I started with $4,000 worth of BTC in each account, so I'm trading a total of $8,000. And where's there it is. So right here, you can see that this one right here, the short bot right here, when you have these safety orders, so the more volatile BTC is, and I've been so excited about having a trade go against me, but these are the safety orders right here where it says completed, and you have a total of 5. Now, the trade before that, it only rendered me $1 on my short bot because it was only trading $414, and there was no safety orders completed. But when all 5 safety orders get completed, there is my leverage and how much BTC I was trading with. 0.25% was my take profit, which came out to $63.79. What I love about this bot more than anything is that I used to get scared when I was manual trading on Bybit and BitMex when a trade would go against me, and I would try to DCA, and it keeps on dipping and dipping, and I didn't know what the proper, how much to add on to it, how to lower leverage and everything. The bot does everything for you. Now, it's not 100% foolproof, and I'm sure Evan and Schroeder will let you know about that. There's no such thing as anything 100% foolproof, but this is probably the safest I've ever felt with anything trading. So, I mean, some people are like, oh, you're trading 2.5 BTC, you should be getting bigger gains than that. But the key to this game is slow and steady wins the race. It works 24/7, 365 days a year. It doesn't take any days off. I've completed 61 trades in 6 days, and I've netted so far $321.92. But this is the number I concentrate on the most, which is the 0.0316860 of BTC. Evan, did you want to add anything? Am I still on track? I don't want to misinform anybody. I'm going to unshare my screen here for a second so you guys can kind of take over.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're good, man. So basically, exactly that. Like, nothing is foolproof in this world, man. I mean, even with the bot, the best part about the bot is that you don't have to get your emotions involved in it, right? Because it'll trade for you, and so. But there is still a risk, right? So like we've tailored this bot to dollar cost average like up to 5 times, and my only fear is that when or if Bitcoin has like a flash crash, then like everyone's bot's gonna get wrecked. So like that's my only big fear about this. But let's not focus on that. But let's focus on the fact that Bitcoin usually has like 5 to 6% moves, either pumps or dumps, and the bot can withstand that, not without an issue. And actually, it'll end up leveraging your account, like I think up to 7x on the 5th DCA. So you're not really leveraging that much. I mean, 7x is not a lot. I mean, it is high, but it's not like detrimental to your trading account. Your liquidation points are still going to be like at least $1,000 away from your last dollar cost average. So, depending on how much Bitcoin you're trading with in your account. So, but you can always add Bitcoin to your account if you see that the trade's against you and you've exceeded your 5th safety. And so there's always that option to do that. Obviously, if it happens at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're sleeping, that's the risk you run by running a bot. So, maybe you could shut your bot off, before you go to sleep or something. But then you potentially lose out on gains too. So there's always going to be a risk. So nothing is perfect in this world. But I will say that this bot has been running for like almost 3 months. We've been testing it, and I think out of the 3 months we've had like one losing trade where we got stuck in, we had to get out of. But overall, man, this thing has been crushing it. So, Dale, you have anything to add to this, man?
Well, other than what you said, I think that's the best part about our bot is the fact that you generally are not going to be losing any money. Like obviously, you said we lost one trade, but that was when we was tinkering with the settings to get the safeties right. But now they're right. There's no losses to be had. So I think that's the difference between us and everyone else. There are always going to be times when you're losing a bit of money and then you're winning a bit of money. Whereas this thing, it might go a bit deep, but you generally you're always winning. Basically, there's no losing trades.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing actually. And maybe one of these days we're gonna get some big whale that comes in here and it's like, hey, let me try your bot out, and he's gonna make millions of dollars, and we're just gonna be like, ooh, why wasn't that us? But you know what? It's not even about the money, man. It's really just about helping people. Like 90% of traders actually lose money, so we're trying to help people like actually make money. So,
and I truly appreciate that because I've never been in such a beneficial situation right now. Evan, I don't know do you have the STP indicator up right now?
I don't. I can get that up real quick. One sec.
Yeah, and if you could kind of explain. Because I'm kind of like a lay person, and the goal of this stream, I wanted basically people to kind of understand from A to Z how this thing pretty much works. And what I mean by that is like, how does the indicator tie in, like the TradingView indicator tie into the bot? How is the bot tied into the exchange?
Sure.
And the only complaint I've had about this bot, because I like to be very objective and talk about the good and the bad. I'm just very down to earth and realistic, and I'm very blunt.
Sure.
And it's kind of things that can't be helped, even if you were live trading. For example, like the bot, just to get you into the trade, will get you in at a market price at like 10% of your bankroll, basically. And then it DCAs limit orders after that, and then there's an additional couple safety orders after that. But one thing that I've encountered and experienced is basically there's been slippage every once in a while, which is really annoying. So sometimes it doesn't fill right away, or like one time I saw the bot go like up to like 0.5% in gain, and I'm like, close, 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 and it kind of waited for it to come back down, and it still took the 0.25% gain. And also, I'm starting to understand and learn what you guys mean by you can manual trade with this, because I have the ability, like if it pumps up really hard beyond my take profit and it doesn't act, I think I could actually sit there either on my phone or on the computer and
Market sell it. Yeah, you
manually close it out.
Yep.
But it'll do it at a market price. But when you do that, you're probably increasing your fees at the same time too.
That's
Is that
right.
correct?
Yeah, you are paying higher fees when you do any market orders. The reason why there's a higher fee on BitMEX is because you're taking liquidity away from the other traders, right? Because the way BitMEX works is it's a peer-to-peer trading place until you start using margin. When you start using margin, you're actually borrowing from the exchange itself. And then obviously you're using their liquidity, right? So that's why if you over leverage and the price goes against you, you can get wrecked. But that's the nature of the beast, man. So that's why these guys are in business, because they prey on people that over leverage their accounts, and then they just get wiped out, and then they just take their Bitcoin. So that's why we have the bot in place to not get wrecked. And to answer your questions about slippage, I mean that's normal, man. You're dealing with an asset here that is not completely liquid, so there's definitely gonna be slippage all the time. I mean, it's Bitcoin, man. It's not like you're trading the S&P. So
or it's not like even like Forex for that matter. So
right. So there's always
the amount you're trading, I mean, will depend as well. The more you've got, the worse it's going to get, like, because you've got to kind of go up the order a bit more to get all your order filled.
That's right.
So the more you got, the worse it can get, basically. So sometimes it's a bit depressing having loads of money, because just watch it go up the order but really quick is not very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's still liquidity concerns. That's why Bitcoin and the crypto market hasn't really like blown up just yet, because they're still trying to figure out ways to be legally compliant. And like all these hedge funds, they have a lot of red tape that they have to comply with to be a hedge fund, right? So there's so much shenanigans involved with it that it's really difficult for these big trading firms to even get involved in Bitcoin itself. But anyways, let's get back on track here. The Swing Trade Pro indicator. Okay, well, this is a 5-minute chart, but let's go like an hourly chart. That way we won't see as many buy or sells. But basically, this is how it works. So we're using the current setting of the sampling period of 20, and the range multiplier I was supposed to be on 4. I'm not sure why it changed to 3. That's weird.
You can save it as a default as well, no?
Anyways. Yeah, so shit. Yeah, so basically it's really weird that it didn't save. I don't know. I saved it again, but anyway, so good thing I went on here. So sampling period 20, range multiplier 4. You can mess around with this sampling period, but we're finding that range multiplier 3 and 4 are pretty much it's going to vary. I mean, sometimes the 3 is better than the 4. Sometimes the 4 is better than 3. We're trading on a 1-minute chart, so obviously we're looking for people to give feedback and better ideas of what range multiplier works the best. So, obviously your bot's not going to take every signal, right? Once it takes one of the signals, it's going to trade based on your take profit percentage, as Crypto Soldier was saying before. And, the whole point of this bot is to be automated, so you don't have to sit there and watch it. But maybe sometimes you want to sit there and watch it, make sure that you're getting the max profits out of your bot, and you can actually manually trade it as was stated before. And the way you do that is let's look right now. Let's see if it looks like my bot's in both 2 positions right now. It's in a long and a short, or it's actually just in a short. So basically, if you're trading with the signal and you wanna just load up because you think this is going to be a big move on your short, so you would click Add Funds, right? And then you just use the slide bar to add as much contracts as you want. And usually I would do limit, not market, because you'll pay a lower fee that way. And then You can always adjust your take profit percentage. Right now I'm using 0.15%. You can adjust that here, and you can also adjust your safety trades, and you can institute a trailing stop loss, or I'm not really using a trailing stop right now because I just want to just let this thing run and see how it goes without any intervention. I'm actually not manually adding to trades or anything like that because, again, I want to just make sure that this thing will run just scotch-free of me doing anything, of having any intervention at all.
And that's a really good point, Evan, because like I've been tinkering with settings here and there, mostly on the indicator because I was trying to lessen down the slippage and stuff like that. And honestly, I think I have put myself up to 15 and 30% on my entry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I think it was Todd told me, he goes, hey, you might want to dial that down a little bit just because
you're taking more
you're taking
a lot of risk.
Yeah, more
Yep.
risk.
I'm using 12 to 24 currently. Yep.
And I put myself on I'm still on the 10-20 setting.
Okay.
So, I mean, if people that are watching the stream right now are wondering, basically, they're like, oh, I want to take more risk and this and that and the other thing. And he was like, hey, man, if you put it on 15 and 30, by the time you hit your fifth safety order, you're going to be like at almost 10x leverage, which will put you exposed to this level. And one of the things I really wanted to point out is that STP, or Swing Trade Pros, they've really put in a lot of the legwork to basically mitigate and lower the risk, but have you consistently gaining every single time. So sometimes it's like breadcrumbs, but at the same time, every once in a while, when the market becomes really volatile, you're getting some really big, nice trades in there. Like, for instance, like I said, I'm trading right now 8,000 BTC, $8,000 worth of BTC. So 4,000 US dollars on each account. And I've been making some pretty nice gains thus far. But the biggest thing out there is some people used to do those lending platforms like BitConnect, where they're always talking about, hey, we got a trading bot and we're doing this, or they'll have some multi-level marketing schemes out there to make passive income. And my point is that this is the real deal right here, and it's worth every single penny that you put into it. And what's nice is when anybody who's watching this stream right now or later, when you get into the Discord, if you see the green people's names out there that says STP and then their name, those guys are there to help you out, and they're going to basically tell you how to tweak your settings to get basically what you want. But at the same time, a good disclaimer to put out there is that they're always going to advise you that, hey, by doing this is probably going to happen, so you're going to expose yourself to more risk, and that's completely on you. So it's something just basically to kind of keep in mind and take account of. Anybody want to add anything to that?
I think you kind of covered it, man. The whole key point here is that we're offering our knowledge and our service to the folks here, and if there's always going to be people that want to like stretch the limits and want to push their accounts to crazy leverage, and that's great, they can do that, but don't blame us if you get wrecked. And we're not advising anyone to really take more than 6 or 7x leverage on their account, because even that's a little steep. Sometimes I get a little freaked out sometimes when we've hit our fifth dollar cost average, and Bitcoin, whatever it's doing, it's maybe not, but you got to end up trusting the bot. That's the end of the story here, is that so far this bot has proven itself time and time again, and that's kind of what we're here for, man. We're just trying to make sure that we have a bot that can run 24/7 and just be profitable, man. That's the key word, just be profitable.
Also, Evan, can you please go over when you get into the Discord, and I've been wanting to help you out because of recent unfortunate circumstances. So when you guys get in there, make sure to private message Evan. And also, Evan, can you please tell me how much is the indicator cost? How do you charge? Do you give discounts for longer terms of offering? Like, for example, let's say I commit to you to pay for the indicator for 1 year, and I pay for it up front for 1 year, and you go into Trading View and put the settings in. Is there a discount for that? How much does the bot setup cost? What kind of 3 commas account do I need? Do I need a pro account? I just bought my pro account today, my subscription, not prescription. was going out tomorrow. So I went and bought it up today, and I'm good to go on 3 commas, at least for the next 12 months. So can you go over the indicator cost, the bot cost and setup? What's a one-time fee? Are there discounts? So on and so forth. I hope I really didn't overload you too much.
Yeah, no. So right now, I mean, we're obviously really at the early stages of this business. So right now, we're just charging a one-time fee for the indicator. But eventually, what will happen is once we institute a subscription-based service, it'll be like $50 a month to have the indicator. But right now, it's just a one-time fee, okay, of $100, and you basically get the indicator lifetime. And I think that's honestly a steal, and people are stupid for not taking advantage of this. But that's neither here nor there. I can't force people to do that. And obviously, we also give a 7-day free trial for those folks that want to try the indicator out in the Discord. And as far as the 3 commas bot setup goes, I think what we're doing right now is like $150 a setup. If I'm not mistaken, Dale, you can comment on that if you'd like.
What was that? $150 for what?
For just the bot setup, where we just give the client our bot basically. And
I don't think we actually properly landed on a proper price, because I've not actually done any charging of bot setups. I've helped and talked to people along the way to get them set up. So I don't know. I'm pretty much given that information away, not like properly set them up, but
we're too nice. We're too nice.
We're to, like, encouragement, because some people need to a little bit more advice than others. Like,
sure, yeah. So
now is the bot a one-time fee, or is that a monthly fee?
So we can't really charge monthly because we're using 3 commas platform. But eventually, what we're going to be doing is building our own bot and scripting our own bot. So what we'll end up doing is people won't have to pay 3 commas for their subscription, and we're gonna have our own bot where we charge monthly for it as well.
Okay, so basically, just the bot setup is $150, and then after that, it's kind of one time while you're on 3 commas. Now, do you guys have any bots coming up in the works? And what are they, if you do, and what is the approximate release time? Because I've been seeing in the Discord, I think Rapid Fire is not that far away, and then I know that's going to be looking at higher time frames, and then there's the Swing bot. So can you tell me a little bit about both of those?
Dale, that's a Dale question.
I was going to say, I can't really tell you much about the Swing bots, because those are Todd's thing, really. That's his little his project. But I'm personally working on Binance. And doing a composite bot instead, because obviously with a composite box you can set up 20 pairs, and then you pretty much got a bot that's never not doing anything. So you set up we're not going to go for 20 pairs, but I think I'm going to aim for 10 pairs on Binance margin, so you can borrow a bit of money as well, and then I'll only have 2 deals running. So there's a good chance your bot is permanently running. And I think there's a lot more money as well, because a couple of days ago we're testing the trailing stop at the moment, so that feature is going to be on its way, and the trailing feature would have caught all the XML hike it did the other day, so you'd have managed to get all 25% of that price hike. So there's some serious money to be had over at Binance, so that's what I'm personally working on, and hopefully it should be done soon, but there isn't a set time, so I like to make sure things are working before I ever release anything, the same as Todd. But it's very soon, because I need it working for myself as well as Swing Trade Pro.
Yeah, we're not trying to release anything to the public until we've tested it for at least.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about us. We're not happy just giving people, there is people out there and they're selling their services, and they don't really care if it works. They just are taking a paycheck off of you, and then that's it. And then if you don't manage to make no money, then they make out it's all your fault. You must be rubbish because you just don't know how to. If you can't use their indicator, then you must be rubbish. That's their line. Whereas I'm not happy if people are not making money with our stuff. I think that's what makes us better than our competition.
One of the biggest things I wanted to say about STP or Swing Trade Pros that I found really beneficial, I call it the golden goose, basically being able to be a part of the Discord community and having the access to the bots and whatnot. And what you guys are offering is something that basically everybody's been kind of looking for. I think Todd told me that, running at the rate that I'm running right now, I should be able to basically double whatever my seed money was in roughly 70 days. So a little over 2 months, 2.5 months, whatever stack of BTC I have in there should be basically doubled up. And instead of having to worry about getting wrecked on, doing manual trading, if you're not an experienced trader, you want to minimize your liquidation. I honestly think this is the best thing that's out there, and I highly recommend it to anybody else. The price that you pay up front, it might be a lot for you. It might not be a lot for you, but I call this basically an investment, and I'm also trying to help promote the company as a whole to get you guys to kind of build up and everything like that so you can produce more products and more services. Speaking of services, though, once you guys in there and you don't like how your bot is performing, you can go into the customer area or into the support areas and plug in your questions in there, and one of the STP moderators will jump in there and try to help you, step by step. They got screenshots, they've got documents there on how to set things up. You can even do a training view session with one of them, and they can kind of help you set your bot up via remote to remote into your computer. Evan's remoted into my computer multiple times, and he's very trustworthy. I've never had an issue with him, not even a one time. So he'll actually give you advice. If you do a remote access training view session, he'll be like, hey, make sure you update your password before after we log off here, so nobody else can get into your account and mess around and dance around your computer and wreak havoc. So it's just something to keep in mind. I think you guys have a really awesome product, and I highly recommend it to anybody that's out there. It's definitely worth looking into. The indicator, I want to point out that it works for also other pairings, but you'd have to reset a bunch of stuff up, and they'll help you do that. So if you want to do ETH to BTC or whatever and whatnot, if you want to trade, can you guys do Forex? I know you guys can do regular stocks and stuff.
I think we can do Forex, actually. It just really depends on the brokerage, right? So we don't really know how people are going to use that, but if they have brokerage set up already that we can, API. That's the other part of your question, was how we connect 3 commas to the exchange. So basically what we're doing is we're grabbing an API key from your bitmex account or your Bybit account or whatever exchange you're running this bot on. And we're just connecting it via API to 3 commas. So eventually, and I think TradingView obviously has something like this where you can connect direct through TradingView to your brokerage account. And that's basically how we're going to end up doing all this, is that if you wanted to use a different, if you didn't want to just trade crypto, you could really use these signals for whatever you want. But we're not going to really be able to institute that until we've created our own bot. Because we're kind of limited to 3 commas right now, and what they're able to provide. So, and they're only able to provide crypto exchanges right now, I think, from what I've seen here. So maybe that kind of answers some of that. So right now, 3 commas is offering Binance Dex, Bitfinex, BitMEX, Bitstamp, Bittrex, Bybit, CEX. I don't really know what Ethereum wallet means, but I assume that's like my Ether wallet or something for dexes, Ethereum dexes. Poloniex, you guys get the picture here. GDAX, HitBTC, Huobi.
There's a big list.
Yeah, there's a big list here, and you can just, it's basically just all crypto stuff on 3 commas. There's no traditional assets there, unfortunately. But there is obviously a lot of people that want that, and we're not saying we can't offer it, but what we're saying right now is we're going to have to work on our bot, to program our bot separately from 3 commas to work with traditional assets like that.
All right, fair enough, Evan. The big thing is, and I get this question all the time, is when I know you guys are testing out and trying to, I think Todd or somebody one of the moderators were emailing me, like, hey, does Bybit have cross? Do they have something similar with, I think it's called auto margin replenishment, or ADL. They have something similar, but not quite exactly the same. So basically the developers need to basically find out which tweaks work the best to be able to connect to Bybit. Like me personally, I do enjoy Bybit quite a bit. I feel a little bit safer on there. Don't ask me why, I just do. And when do you guys think you might be able to get the bot connected and running on Bybit? I guess you guys have to do some testing on settings, because the settings are going to be a little bit different on Bybit than they are on bitmex, right?
That's right.
It's a lot different, because obviously with bitmex, we are actually overspending. Once all the safeties are done, we're actually using more than 100% of the balance. So it's a completely different setup. By not having the cross, it's the maths are completely, they're not even remotely the same. So it's a whole new game moving over to Bybit by not having the cross. It's just weird when you've been on bitmex for so long, trading there, and then going over and you don't even have cross. It feels foreign. So it is a whole new game. So it's going to take a bit of work to get that going, because all our bots most of them have been tested for at least a month, and we're only just looking into Bybit now. So it's not going to be, it's not going to be very soon.
Definitely. So you're talking basically at least 30 to 60 days before we can really start possibly seeing that out there.
Generally does those particular bots, and we generally like to get a month, of testing, so then we can definitely say, look, this works and it's safe.
I mean, even right now with the current bot, it's still, we've only been really testing it since July, okay? And, and I've only been using it for about a month and a half personally. And like I said, during that month and a half time span, I even had to tweak some settings and share that with the team, because I got stuck in a trade and one of my trades got wrecked. So, but since then we haven't had any issues, obviously, since that tweak we made. So that's why we were able to start getting this out to the people and letting people use it, because we feel a lot more comfortable letting people use it right now. So this is definitely a time consuming thing, right? So like, we're working on an automated bot that people can just use to trade with, and like, you're talking about 90 to 95% accuracy and profitability. That's what we're working with here, man. So like, time is definitely going to be an issue getting all these other exchanges up and running, and to really suit other people's needs and that kind of thing. Everyone's just gonna have to be patient here. Like, that's the name of the game. We're only four. There's only four of us. 4 or 5. There's actually 4 or 5 of us technically, but 4 of us that are actually working on this stuff. And Dale really is the guy who's really plugging along with the bots, and we're just kind of testing them. And obviously I'm more of the TA kind of guy, and I kind of give them my input on technicals, and they try to institute that into the bot. So that's kind of what we're working on, and it's an ongoing thing. And I apologize to anyone that's wanting to trade on Bybit and get that going. We understand your concern, and we're definitely working on it. And we appreciate all your guys' support and help and suggestions, and anything you guys can help provide us will definitely help the process here further.
That's awesome, Evan. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Mr. Know-It-All. And also, I think if you can put in either the description or if you could put it in the chat box, does Swing Trade Pros have a YouTube channel yet?
You know what? I started one, but I'm actually waiting to get a green screen and like all the lighting and all the really professional stuff here. I mean, obviously my Mr. Know-It-All channel I started a long time ago with master nodes and different passive income streams that I was doing prior to getting involved in this project here. But that's not to say that I won't be continuing doing Mr. Know-It-All stuff. It just won't be focused on Swing Trade Pros products moving forward.
Excellent. And like I said, if anybody out there is interested in getting into Swing Trade Pros, I believe the link for the Discord, if it's not in the description, Evan will put it up into the chat.
I'll put it into the chat.
If you guys want to do your own research, if you guys want to do your own research, look at the testimonials page where they post, like I post up in there all the time when I have a really good day, or even when I don't have a really great day. I'll post all my results up. You could see step by step how people are doing, how the trades are coming out there. A couple people have hit me up in Telegram and whatnot, and they were like, hey, how are you getting these such big gains? Because I'll say, well, my accounts are a lot bigger than some other people. That's why like my gains are usually a little bit better as opposed to a couple of the other devs out there, moderators.
Yeah,
they're
like,
not trading
like me.
as much as
I'm
I
only
am.
trading on a $2,000 account, right? And like my bot, so far has made, I think it's a little bit more actually. I had to like change one of my Bybit accounts, but yeah, I mean like basically around $300 or like 0.03 Bitcoin so far. So. But I think that number's a little skewed because I early on had an issue with one of my bots that got stuck in a trade and I had to take a loss on it. But I've since recovered those funds. So, but that happened like maybe a month ago. So that was before we really started to push this bot out to people and to utilize it. So, but since then we haven't had any issues, guys. Yep.
Well, I'd like to say I've been running this for about 6 days. I've got over 64 trades completed. And I've got a 100% hit rate so far. 100% in 6 days, 64 trades. It's probably more than that by now since we started this stream. I have not taken a single loss once, not a single one. Now, are we saying that I'll never take a loss? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying thus far in 6 days, that's all that's really happened. I'm batting 1,000 right now, which is great. I'll probably do some follow-up videos on this in like another month or two. I'll share my progress. I'm going to be doing, this is like my investment account basically, where I'm making roughly 20 to 30% return a month, and I'm going to be compounding it exponentially. And hopefully when BTC hits $1 million in the next 5 years, we'll be rolling it in a nice way. You know, I've never been so excited about trades going against me ever before. And I love it when trades go against my bot. And all of a sudden, when it does finally win and it DCAs me at the perfect price, I'm like, whew, $64 profit, man. And that's only 0.25% gain. And Evan even told me when I got started, I was like, well, that's kind of crappy because you only see gains for like $1. He goes, if you want to crank it up to 1% or 0.5%, you can. It's up to you, but they're trying to get you in and out of trades as fast as possible, and that's kind of like the main point. So it's stacking Satoshis or stacking sats, as I like to say. So don't really look at the U.S. dollar value all the time. Look at your Satoshi level value, and that's what really counts the most.
Wow, we got 9 people on the stream right now. I thank you guys for joining and taking part in this stream today. I usually don't do day streams, but I woke up with a, I don't know, man. I like pulled a muscle in my sleep or something, and I like couldn't take a full deep breath. Craziness, man. But yeah, I wish I could do day streams a lot. I actually prefer it, but
I do, because then it's actually still daytime. Well, there's night time here because I'm in the UK, but
yeah, it's 3:30 p.m. Eastern time here. But yeah, man. So I appreciate all you guys, being here for me and supporting Mr. Know-It-All's channel. And make sure you guys hit that like, that bell, that sub, and tick that bell. And soon we're going to be also transferring to Swing Trade Pro's YouTube channel. Once we get that all situated and up and running, I basically just need to get like some more professional things, like a backdrop and some other little things that I need to get going here. But that's on me, right?
You are the professional YouTuber in the group. Well, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. Evan and Trotter, thank you so much for having me on here. Guys, make sure you go and check out Swing Trade Pros in the Discord. The link is up in the chat box right now. Go there, drive it, cruise it out. If you want to paper trade or do whatever on there, hit any of those guys up there. Make sure you PM Evan if you want to get into the indicator and stuff like that.
Mr. Know-It-All.
Mr. Know-It-All, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right.
And guys, I'm going to be signing off for now, and I'll probably be sharing this same video in this chat on my own channel. So you guys take it easy, and thanks for having me on there.
All right, Crypto Soldier, you have a wonderful day. Dale, you have anything else quick to add before we jump?
No, I think we've covered it all.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, everyone have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for joining the stream today. And we'll catch you guys in the next stream.
Thank you, people.